The wins keep stacking up for Donald Trump. Today, the Air Force released a new fighter craft, the most highly sophisticated fighter craft that the world has ever seen, the F-47. How fitting after the greatest American to ever live, Donald J. Trump, the 47th President of the United States of America.
47 will be the most advanced, most capable, most lethal aircraft ever built. An experimental version of the plane has secretly been flying for almost 5 years, and we're confident that it massively overpowers the capabilities of any other nation. There's no other nation. We know every other plane. I've seen every one of them, and it's not even close. This is a next level. You know, level 5 is good. This is level 6, they say. The F-47 is equipped with state-of-the-art stealth technology. It's virtually unseeable and unprecedented power. It's got the most power of any jet of its kind ever made. Maneuverability, likewise, is there's never been anything like it, despite the power and speed. Its speed is top. It's over 2, which is something that you don't hear very often. America's enemies will never see it coming. Hopefully we won't have to use it for that purpose, but you have to have it. And if it ever happens, they won't know what the hell hit them.
Isn't that so refreshing that the President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump, is telling the rest of the world, their militaries, that we are the strongest nation in the world, and if you play games and mess with us, you are going to be sorry. Wow, we have come a long way since sleepy, corrupt Joe Biden in the basement at noon with ice cream all over his shirt. The wins just keep piling up for the greatest American to ever live, Donald J. Trump. President Trump has also ordered that RFK Jr. take over all special needs and lunches for the education system in America. Making everyone's kids healthier was a top priority for President Trump. Let's hear President Trump tell you himself.
And also, Bobby Kennedy, the Health and Human Services, will be handling special needs and all of the nutrition programs and everything else. Rather complex, but that's going to be headed by and handled by Health and Human Services. So I think that'll work out very well. Those two elements will be taken out of the Department of Education, and then all we have to do is get the students to get guidance from the people that love them and cherish them, including their parents, by the way, who will be totally involved in their education, along with the boards and the governors and the states. And it's going to be a great situation. I guarantee that in a few years from now, I hope I'm going to be around to see it, but I think we're going to see a lot of it. I think that you're going to have tremendous results. You're going to have results like Norway, Sweden, Denmark, a lot of the...
Elon Musk has tweeted, "The New York Times is pure propaganda. Also, I look forward to the prosecutions of those at the Pentagon who are leaking maliciously false information to the New York Times. They will be found." Then President Trump tweets right after, "The fake news is at it again. This time, the failing New York Times. They said incorrectly that Elon Musk is going to the Pentagon tomorrow to be briefed on any potential war with China. How ridiculous. China will not even be mentioned or discussed. How disgraceful it is that the discredited media can make up such lies. Anyway, the story is completely untrue." Then the Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth, he's telling you about all the wasteful spending in the Pentagon and how it's been cut by Elon Musk and Doge. Let's let him tell you himself.
We're back with another quick update on our efforts to cut wasteful spending and cut it quickly at the Department of Defense, so we get the dollars to the things that the warfighters need. So today, I'm signing a memo directing the termination of over $580 million in DoD contracts and grants that do not match the priorities of this president or this department. In other words, they are not a good use of taxpayer dollars. Ultimately, that's who funds us, and we owe you transparency and making sure we're using it well. So here's quickly what we're canceling today. There's an HR software effort that was supposed to take a year and cost $36 million, but instead it's taken 8 years and is currently $280 million over budget, not delivering what it was supposed to. So that's 780% over budget. We're not doing that anymore. Number two, another batch of DoD grants, $360 million worth this time. Decarbonizing emissions from Navy ships, part of the Obama-Biden green agenda, that's $6 million. $5.2 million on something that would diversify and engage the Navy by engaging underrepresented BIPOC students and scholars. Another $9 million at a university to approach equitable AI and machine learning models. I need lethal machine learning models, not equitable machine learning models. And number three, in our ongoing effort to cut wasteful spending on external consulting services, $30 million in contracts with Gartner and McKinsey. It's IT, purchasing, unused licenses. So when you add it all up, $580 million in DoD contracts and grants, DOGE is helping us cut today. What does that bring our total number up? Total cuts, running total, $800 million in wasteful spending canceled over the first few weeks as DoD partners with DOGE here to make sure that our warfighters have what they need by cutting the waste, fraud, and abuse. They're working hard. We're working hard with them. We appreciate the work that they're doing, and we have a lot more coming, so stay tuned. So might as well not waste any more time right now. Just sign this thing. How about that? So this makes it official. We're going to keep going for you guys.
And this is exactly why Democrats and liberals, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, the whole corrupt Democratic crime machine are going absolutely insane, because Elon Musk, Doge, President Trump, Secretary Hegseth are all cutting out their corruption and wasteful spending. And then they have all their agitators, terrorists, protesters, Antifa, and all the other scum going around and lighting things on fire to disapprove of President Trump holding them accountable for their corruption. Tesla attacks lead to legal action and heightened security. AG Bondi, she says Tesla vandals face severe consequences. Acts called domestic terrorism. Protests targeting Elon's company escalated with gunfire, arson, and vandalism at Tesla sites nationwide. Bondi says charges are coming, some with mandatory minimum prison sentences. Good. Lock all the terrorist scum up in Gitmo. Leave them there the rest of their life. Take them to Gitmo for waterboarding and re-education, and teach them a lesson that terrorist acts will not be acceptable in the United States of America. Joy Reid, one of the most disgusting human beings on the face of the planet, after she lost her show and her job for being a racist, a communist, and just a piece of trash, she goes on with Don Lemon today and says that Canada would beat the United States in a war. She's just absolutely pathetic and vile. Let's jump in and let the communist tell you herself.
Grampy Trump, let's talk. Let's talk.
Yeah, you're cool.
First of all,
trash.
You can't make Canada the 51st state without going to war with them. And let me explain how that happened, how that worked out the last time we tried to go to war with Canada. They burned the White House to the ground in 1814 and won the war. Canada beat us in the War of 1812. They probably liked their chances against us. We're not going to beat them in a war because we have never been able to do that. You'd have to occupy a country that is equivalent of the size of the United States, in which the top 2/3 of it is uninhabited, frozen forest land that touches the Arctic. You know how that worked out when the Nazis tried that with Russia, which is the equivalent of Canada on that part of the world? We gonna lose. We don't have enough troops to occupy. They are a country of 39 million people who have about as many guns per capita as we do.
She is one of the most disgusting, ignorant human beings on the planet. One of the dumbest humans just ever. You know, she hates America, she hates white people, and she would love for another country to come and conquer America. well, where would that leave you? Do you think you would be useful to any other country? A person that makes $1 million a year being a hateful racist on TV? What do you think another country would do with you, Joy Reid? What qualities and what would you have to offer them? You know what? Do us all a favor and move to Afghanistan and send us a postcard and let us know how it's going. Remember, we are the Red Army Resistance. Resist liberalism. Resist the globalists. It's a disease.